Welcome to the best and worst moment of my EuroTrip, guys. I'm going to be talking about my 10 best moments of my EuroTrip and the 10 worst moments of my EuroTrip. All here right now. Stay tuned and watch. Hi. That's what they say in the Scandinavian countries. No, they say hey. Hey. Okay, so this is like my last official day on my EuroTrip. That's almost been a 3-week EuroTrip. For those of you who don't know, I went last year to Iceland, and I wanted to finish the rest of the Scandinavian countries since I fell in love with Iceland and I thought it's like the best country in the world, which I still think it is. So I decided this year that I want to go to Denmark and Copenhagen. I went to Stockholm in Sweden, and then I went to Finland, to Helsinki and a city called Kemi up north. And then I went to Norway to finish my trip in Oslo. Well, dear friends, there has been, a lot of good and bad times so far on this trip, just like in anything in the world. So I kind of thought that it would be fun to kind of highlight the best of and the worst of, because there's always going to be good and there's always going to be bad. Okay. So we're going to start with number one. Number one favorite thing that I've done on this trip. I think, honestly, is the Husky Safari, which I'm so happy it worked out because I got overbooked and then they told me it's not going to happen, and then it ended up happening last minute, and I kind of missed my flight for it, which was totally fine because it was totally worth it, and I'm so happy I did it. It was amazing. That is number one. Number one worst moment of this trip would have to be visiting Oslo. I know. Norway has been a dream of mine for many, many, many years. High up there on my list. I had big expectations for Norway, kind of like I had for Iceland. Or after being in Iceland, I kind of had bigger expectations. But, Oslo is completely very, very, very disappointing. It's nothing like I thought it was. Here I am in Oslo, not even walking around the streets on my last day, which never happens to me anywhere in the world. I'm always last minute trying to get it all in there, but I'm not feeling the vibe here at all. I've never disliked the city more, so I'm gonna have to put Oslo as my number one biggest disappointment and worst on my worst list. Okay, number two. I think the rest of these are just not gonna be in order, but I'm just gonna throw them out there. So number two is going on the Sampo Icebreaker ship and swimming with icebergs. Seriously, amazing, you guys. The whole experience, seeing icebergs break, boom, humongous, crazy National Geographic stuff. I felt like I was in Antarctica. Speechless, amazing. And then getting to swim with that, everybody should do it. The Sampo is the only icebreaker for tourists in the entire world, so definitely go out there. It's in Kemi, it's in Finland. Go do it now. Number two. Yeah, this is probably way high up there. I stayed at one of the nicest hotels in Stockholm, and I was very excited, and I was actually working with them, so obviously when you work with somebody you expect the best, and it's kind of like a mutual thing. But I literally got one of the worst customer service I have ever gotten in my entire life, all over the world, highly up there, and nobody seemed to help, so I was very disappointed. And even though I was getting the hotel for free, I even considered paying money and going to a different hotel because that's how miserable I was there. Just completely unprofessional. So that is number two. Number three, finally sleeping in an ice hotel, you guys. Snow hotel, sorry. They like me to say snow hotel. Okay. Oh my god. That is something that I've been trying to do for years. And I finally got to do it, and I'm so excited and so happy and so grateful to the city of Kemi in general for helping me make so many of my dreams come true. Kemi is in Finland. The ice hotel was an amazing experience. I highly recommend it for everybody. I know it's kind of hard to sleep in there, but it's just cool to say that you did it, and it's a cool experience. So definitely go and do it. That is my number three favorite things I've done on this trip. Okay, number three's disappointment. I would put Copenhagen's famous street called Ni Hao, I think. That's how you say it. Ni Hao. It's that colorful street where you see all the sailboats and all the colorful houses, or, you know, whatever houses or buildings, whatever you want to call them. My disappointment was that it looks different in the photos. Like, it looks like a very busy touristy area, and it probably is maybe in the summer. But when you go in the winter, it is like dead. It is like ghost city. Like, there's nobody there. I mean, there's just tourists trying to take pictures real quick and getting the hell out of there because it's so cold and so windy. But like, even that night, we went there at like 9 o'clock at night to possibly have dinner, and like everything was closed. It was super dark. There was no like lights, you know, like lighting system, which I thought was kind of weird. And then, you know, even when you do go there, the restaurants are so expensive. Like, a meal's $150 per person. So I think it's crazy and just kind of disappointing, but it's still beautiful. Number four was, you know, I really wanted to sleep in the glass igloo. It was a bucket list item. I didn't get to sleep in the traditional glass igloo, but nevertheless, I got to sleep in a glass igloo looking thing. It's the same concept. It's actually called, let me see if I remember how you say it, Alokola? Alokola. Something like that, Alokola. It took me a really long time to say it. It's in Finnish. It's basically like this cool car thing. Not a car, like, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. That's how cool it is. When you know you can't explain something, that's how you know it's awesome. It's basically like a little house where the roof is made out of glass and the windows are, and if all goes well and you're a lucky person, let me tell you, you get to see the Northern Lights. I didn't get to see them, but it was such a cool experience. It has a heater inside and lighting system, and it was so cozy and so cool. I could have easily spent like a couple of days there, and lucky for me, I missed my flight, so I got to spend 2 nights there. So that is my number 4. Number 4 on my worst list is the weather that was so unbearable at times. I did prepare. I brought, you know, a lot of heat stuff and warm stuff, and I really spent a lot of money this year on like my gear. But, you know, it's just annoying when you're trying to walk around. It's not fun. So, but I like the cold. So, hey, sometimes it's just not convenient when there's like wind or like rain. Like, I can deal with snow, but rain I can't deal with because it ruins my photos, and it's just hard to like explore with rain. Snow is okay, but snow obviously means it's colder. And wind and rain, I hate you. Rain is beautiful when you're sitting in your house, you know, drinking a glass of red wine with candles around, like, or a hot cocoa, and you're like underneath a blanket and you're loving life. That's cool. But when you're walking around the streets of Europe, not cool at all. 2 hotels that I will say were my highlights of my trip. Obviously, the Ice Hotel is one thing, a category within itself. But I got to stay in a hotel called The Thief in Oslo, which was amazing, astounding. I woke up to this amazing sunset overlooking the marina. I loved it. And number 2 would be the Indigo Helsinki Boulevard Hotel, which was, like, to my surprise, like, one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed at, ever. Like, I'm so grateful and happy that I got to stay there. You should definitely check those 2 hotels out. Amazing. Yes. Number 5 worst. Okay, number 5 worst was a snowmobile activity. I was very excited to go on a snowmobile. I grew up having jet skis and I've never been on a snowmobile. And I was really looking forward to it. And I was going there as a blogger, and the company knew that. You know, and I didn't get it for free completely. I got half off, so I still paid money for it. And right when we got to the actual snowmobile, I was told that I can't ride it because I'm a blogger. And that really upset me because, you know, I think the excursion was like $200. So if you, I mean, I don't care. If I'm paying any amount of money, which $100 is still a lot to ride a little snowmobile, I should be able to drive it. I'm a blogger. I'm not like a professional photographer for National Geographic. Like, I have to like write about my experiences and show them, and nobody wants me filming. I mean, I don't want to film myself sitting in the back of a seat of a snowmobile filming. Like, that is not cool or fun. So that was really upsetting. I was sitting like this in the back seat. Like, is this over yet? Can I get off of this now? Thanks. And then they like didn't even want to take me back, the company, which they surely should have. So that was like really not okay, and that really upset me. And I was in Kemi. Don't go on the snowmobiles there. Sorry. Number 6 of best. Okay, first of all, I completely fell in love with Stockholm. Stockholm is amazing. Stockholm is in Sweden. Amazing. It was like, oh, there's always a surprise city on all my trips, or a surprise destination that like always comes out of the dark and exposes himself to me. Like last year was in Budapest, where I like fell in love with this amazing city that nobody ever talks about. This year it's in Stockholm, you guys. Stockholm, Stockholm, Stockholm. Stockholm has this beautiful city. I mean, this beautiful part of the city called the Old Town, and it is perfect. Like if you like Prague and like colorful buildings and just everywhere you look looks like a postcard, that is the place to go. Okay, that is just like, I couldn't. It was raining on me. It was snowing on me. I didn't even care. I fell in love with this little part of town. If you're going to Stockholm, must do. Go do it now. Number 6. Number 6 of the worst. As much as I loved Stockholm, there is a really bad issue right now with the Muslim refugees in Stockholm and in Oslo, actually. Where they've kind of taken over the cities, and there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of rape, which means that nobody goes out at dark. It's very dangerous. Everybody warns you how scary it is and how dangerous it is. And it's not just like people telling you, like the locals, but you actually see it. You feel, I mean, being like a solo female traveler, you know, I kind of stick out sometimes, and I don't want to stick out in the wrong environment. So I kind of felt, you know, once it got dark, I felt unsafe. I actually even felt unsafe in Oslo during the day because there was so much refugees and Muslims, and you know, they look at you and it's not a way you want to be looked at. So it's like fresh meat, you know, and it's kind of sad because you want to help these people, but at the same time they're like ruining, you know, major European cities. So I'm very conflicted with the situation, but you know, yeah, I don't know. It's just not a good situation to be in. So that is my number 6. I know this is really funny. This is my number 7. I'm obsessed with risotto. Risotto is my favorite thing to eat. I'm a vegetarian for 22 years now, and risotto is my favorite, especially mushroom risotto. And it's really hard to find really good risotto. So I found this like amazing restaurant while it was like raining and snowing and like wind was flying at me, and I was looking for just risotto, please. And I was walking down the streets and I was looking, and everywhere I looked there was nothing to eat, and everything had meat and nobody had like vegetarian stuff. This was in Helsinki. And then I found this magical amazing restaurant that served it, and it was so good that I actually ate there 2 nights in a row. I will write the name of it at the bottom or somewhere. In general, they had like really good food, but it's a really cute restaurant. It's right in the heart of Helsinki. It's amazing. Go for it. Yes. Oh my god. Number 7 of worst. I have never missed a flight on purpose. I'm just sorry. I've never missed like a flight on accident. I missed flights on purpose a couple of times in my life. Like once it was like for love. Once it was like to be more adventurous and do more activities. But I've never not woken up for a flight. I've been late. But this was just like all major like craziness. It never happened to me before. I was supposed to wake up at 4 a.m. I mean, the time was pretty early too. We get on a flight at 7 a.m. and I didn't wake up. Oh my god. Boom, boom, doom. Number 8. Best. Oh my god. I am shocked. I am shocked, you guys. I did not get sick on this trip. Do you understand what that means? No, you don't. Because I'm a vegetarian, I get sick really fast. I have, you know, my body just is missing so much stuff that it's like I get sick all the time, and I never take care of myself, and I'm always exploring like the craziest weather conditions, and I don't care because I want my pictures. I did not get sick. I can't even believe like the words that are coming out of my mouth. Like I went on a EuroTrip and I did not get sick. No. Like I can't believe that really happened, because last year on my EuroTrip I went for 2.5 weeks, and I got like sick like 3 times, like so sick, like I thought I was gonna die. It's 3 separate occasions because I didn't probably bring warm clothes. But like when you're traveling so much as much as I do, and it's so intense all the time, and you're waking up really early and going to sleep really late because you're working all the time, you don't eat that much, you don't sleep that much, and you don't dress that well because you want to look cute in photos. Really stupid, but hey. So I didn't get sick. I'm amazed. I bought so much medicine, you guys don't even know. Like I was probably overweight because of the medicine that I brought to save me. This is a miracle. Even in the summer, I've gotten sick, you guys, in Europe. So this is actually everywhere in the world I've gotten sick. This is a pretty big deal. Cheers for me. Number 8 of the worst was not seeing the Northern Lights. Like, okay, I saw the Northern Lights last year in Iceland, which made me kind of like want to see the rest of the Scandinavian countries because, you know, the Northern Lights here is very, you know, if you come here, you have a pretty good chance of seeing it. But I guess the Northern Lights wasn't like the highlight of my planning trip. Like the highlight of my trip was like trying to sleep in the ice hotel and the ice igloo and all those crazy things and, you know, all those cool activities that I had in every single city. But like, the Northern Lights wasn't like my priority. And now since my like last day and yesterday too, I've been like really, really sad about this, that I didn't get to see it. I thought I might see it in Finland and, you know, in Kemi. And it makes me really sad. Like, I've also contemplated like flying out somewhere, you know, up north to go see it, but it's just so expensive that it doesn't even make sense. So yeah, I guess next year. That makes me so sad to say that. Sad. Number 9 of best moments. Okay, number 9 best moment. So seeing the Little Mermaid, oh my god, like, Ariel, I love you. I wanted to see the statue since I was a little kid. I mean, what girl didn't? But, you know, I thought like, okay, I'd see it and then I'd be like, I came here to see this. That sucks. It's like not that great. But she was actually a lot more beautiful in person. She was more shiny. She didn't look that old. It was very well kept. And she was beautiful. And, you know, there's certain things that just like touch your heart and soul that's just like, that made me so happy. It's kind of like when I saw the Mona Lisa and I thought it would be disappointing because it's overrated, but it really wasn't. It was just as cool to see it in real life. It's just like the picture everyone's been talking about. So, the Little Mermaid, I love you, Ariel. I want to be part of your world, and really cool. Number 9 of worst moments in Europe. Okay, this is really annoying to me. I am cheesy tourist. I like being cheesy. Cheesy makes me happy. So I like to get on those cheesy hop-on, hop-off bus tours and explore the city because, first of all, it saves you money, okay? So, like, you don't have to pay for all these taxis everywhere, and you kind of get to see, like, a broad, like, view of the entire city. You kind of get, like, a better idea of where you are, how far you are from things, what does the city has to offer so you don't miss anything. The hop-on, hop-off bus tour takes you to all those places. That's the good part. The bad part is that when you go to cities like Oslo and Helsinki during the winter, they just decide not to operate those buses. And so you have to like explore everything by foot, which means that you're probably going to miss stuff, which means you're probably going to get sick, and it's going to rain on you, it's going to snow on you, and your umbrellas are going to fly the other way, and it's not going to be a very fun activity. And I also really like them because you get to learn like really fun facts. You know, I'll write a lot of cool stuff from there on my blog later on. So I like to know about the people and the culture and not just be like, oh, cool monuments, thanks, bye. No. Okay, yeah, that sucked. Number 10 best moments. Stockholm's subway system. OMG, you guys. Like, this too. I saw it in photos. I thought, oh, it's probably photoshopped. It doesn't look that great. It was actually more prettier in person. The subway systems are really clean. I was really scared to go there in the beginning. I thought, okay, I'm going to take one picture real quick and I'm going to get the hell out of there. Really safe, really clean. Number 10 worst moments of this trip. How expensive it is in some of these places is kind of ridiculous. First of all, this whole trip has been really expensive. It's funny because I thought that I'm going to be saving money because the flights are really cheap and I got a lot of the hotels, you know, sponsored and stuff. But like, cost of like transportation and food is like so expensive in the Scandinavian countries, more so in Oslo and in Finland. I found it to be really expensive, but even Stockholm was very expensive. In Copenhagen, I don't really know. I mean, I think it kind of was, but my dad paid for everything, so that was kind of cool. Thanks, Dad. Yeah. Anyways, that was my 10 best and 10 worst moments of my Euro trip for 2016. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you read all the blog posts, and I hope that you enjoy the adventure with me. And if you want to see more cool adventures live, you should follow me on Snapchat. My username is the only Kim Cohen, one word, yes. Also, please subscribe to this page so I know that you guys like my videos, and I will make more videos for you guys. Subscribe to my page, give it a thumbs up, comment below. I want to hear your thoughts and feelings, good, bad, everything. Go for it. I love you guys. Till next time. Mwah!